I had been working for a company for 6 years, and all of a sudden they closed down the agency, and I was left without a job. And I was looking for a new job, and at that time I lived in the border town, which means that people from out of the border town will come, and the good paying jobs, it was hard to get. So for one position, there was 100 people, 200 people applying for those positions. So finally, I got in, and I got into a psychiatric hospital. Little did I know that it was the worst place that you could be working for, because our director, she was very, very racist.
Oh,
And I am, Aiden, I am a believer in Christ. And I don't know, I never come across telling people that I'm a believer. And I don't say things like that unless I know you one and one. But somehow she found out that I was a believer, and she started just prosecuting me for my belief and making fun of me. But the bad thing is that she was doing it in front of everybody. I was supervising two different departments. So she was just hating me. And she literally told me, well, since you are a believer, why don't you ask your God to train you? I'm not gonna train you. And so I didn't know what to do. I didn't know. I didn't have a job description. I didn't have anything. This is a state job, right? This is a state job. I was thinking that it was so professional. I was thinking that they were gonna walk me through the steps. I didn't get nothing like that. So and she just started prosecuting. You know what? The people hated her, and they used to do. She was just humiliating people. Her motto was to instill fear on us. She wanted us to work with fear. So people were coming to work, and they were feeling sick, nervous, very. Nobody wanted to work there, but everybody needed the job, including me. We needed the job, right? So we were submitted to these horrible situations, and mostly humiliations and verbal abuse. So I decided to, after seeing what my coworkers were going through, and after seeing the years that they had put up with that, and I went to our executive director, and I made an appointment and said, you know what? Did you know that this is happening? What can we do? She's treating us, we're trash. She has no respect for us. She doesn't care about, she doesn't train us. And if we do a mistake, she's always telling us, I'm going to fire you. I'm going to fire you. So imagine the tension that we were working. So my coworkers, their hairs were falling down.
oh wow.
That was the pressure we had every day. And then her boss told me, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to go against her? Because she has been here for this company for 20 years. And you're not the first one that has come against her, and nobody has won against her. And when I heard that, I was like, wow. So they know she's doing all of this. They know, but for whatever reasons, she's still here, and I'm not gonna be here longer. So I better start learning how to tame my dragons. So what I did, I made a choice every day. A choice was that she will not take my joy away. She will not tell me who I was, or the capacity that I have as a human being, or as a worker. So every day I will make a joy. But I do have to say, I did cry for a whole month. I cried for a whole month, like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? This is horrible place. And but once I made up my mind, I had already gone through a lot of healing. I already knew who I was. I already knew my potential. I already knew what I can do and what I cannot do. So I was very well already equipped in that area. All I had to do is put it into action. So what I decided is like, I just started being myself, being joyful. I wouldn't let her get into to me. I wouldn't let her humiliate. And I started stepping up. I started saying, why would you treat me that way in front of everybody? What gives you the right to speak to me that way? I started taking my position in the authority that I have as a human being, right? And then, things just started shifting. Our relationship just started shifting. And when she realized that I wasn't going to let her do that, she stopped doing it. And then one day and nobody wanted to be in the same elevator, It's like those movies that you see her coming and everybody runs the other way, or nobody wants to be in the same room, nobody wants to do nothing. And I happened to be in the same elevator with her. And she said, how do you do it? How do you do it to smile every day? And she asked me that, and I just said, you know what? Because I chose to love you, and I chose to respect you. And when I did that to you, I was able to respect myself and be joyful about it. And no matter what you say or what you do, you cannot hurt me. And I just took that authority away from her. And she after that, we had the greatest relationship ever. I could go to her and I could say, you know what? I don't understand what you're asking me to do. Would you give me guidance? And she will help me. Versus before, it was like nothing. I really had to. So the teaching that I got out of that, Aiden, it was not so much that I became a better worker. It was that I learned and put into action who I was, my worth, respect myself, and make a choice. I choose to be joyful, even though this is a crummy situation, even though she's constantly attacking me. The humiliation part was every day, maybe 2 or 3 times. Every time she will get a chance, she will do it. The pressure. So I started noticing that my hair wasn't falling. I started noticing that I could go like nothing to work, and I noticed the difference. And that is the change that I had. I noticed that my coworkers were always worried, were always sick, their health, they were always calling in sick because they were the worriness, the anxiety, the pressure that they were. I never had that. Once I was able to tame my dragons, I never had to call in sick. My hair wasn't falling. I was able to continue working. And every day she will ask of me more and more and more projects and more project and more work and more things. And I just didn't know what to do with it. But I always I pray a lot. So I would ask God to help me, and He would. And He would just lead me and will help me also to bring that peace that surpasses all understanding, right? So that's how I was able to, that's how I realized, wow, this is powerful. This is amazing. And this is what I want others to understand that they have and they can get to.